I hope everybody's had a really good week and that you're ready to learn. So like always, go and get your pencil and hit pause on this video. Okay, so everyone should have their pencil and we'll start off our lesson by reviewing our spelling words from last week. So you remember we were doing our spelling words from the TH, WH, CH, and SH blends that we had been learning. So last week was our final blend, our SH blend, and the spelling words that we had were the words shout, wash, she, sheep, and fish. So those were our words from last week. So this was our final one. So now we're done those 4 blends. So we're going to move on to something called L blends. So L blends are when you take 2 consonants. So remember, a consonant, if you have all of the letters in the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, all the way to Z, everything that is not a vowel is a consonant. So our vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. So if we take out those letters, everything that's left over is called a consonant. So for L blends, you take 2 consonants, stick them together, and they blend to make a sound. But when you say the sound, you hear both consonants. So for example, I have BL, CL, FL, GL, PL, and SL. Anybody want to guess why we call them L blends? Because they have an L as their second letter. All of them do. So when we're saying these blends, we say bl. We don't say b-l. We say bl, cl, fl, gl, pl, and sl. So some examples that we have are black, blend, clue, clown, flop, flip, glitter, my favorite, glide, please, plum, slime, and slow. Okay, so those 2 blends of the consonants together with L being the second blend. So I've picked a few of these blends to do our new spelling words. I picked 6 this week since we have 6 examples. Okay, so I'm just going to erase this word. When you're copying these down, it'll help with your reading and also help with your vocabulary, which helps with reading and writing and everything else. Okay, friends? So our first word that we're going to do for our new spelling is the word sled. Sled. So it's an SL blend. Sled. The horse was pulling a sled. Sled. Maybe you go on a sled to go tobogganing down the hill, or a horse can pull a sled, or we have dog sleds, right? It's something that you sit on and then it would go in the snow. Sled. My next one is the GL blend. And it is the word, they're sticking together. It is the word glad. Glad. I will be glad when I get to see you again. Glad. My next one is the PL blend family, and it is the word play. Play. I like to play outside when it is warm. Play. And the next one is CL. And it's going to work because they're sticking together. It is the word clap. Clap. I clap my hands. Clap. The next one from our FL blend is the word flag. Flag. The Canadian flag is red and white. Flag. And the last one is, we should all be able to read this because it's one of our color words, and it's the word blue. Blue. I am wearing a blue shirt. Blue. So those are our L blend words for this week for you to practice, to write down, to read, however it is that you practice them at home. Okay, friends? All right, I'm going to take those down now and we will move on. Yesterday, I sent out your new homework packets, so they should be coming in the mail next week. And we have finished all of our major math units. So all of the big things that we had to do, like our measurement and our fractions and all of that stuff, we have now finished them, which is awesome. We now just have a couple little tiny units that will only take one homework packet or one lesson for us to learn because they're pretty easy and it's stuff that we've learned either in probably kindergarten or grade 1, and they're simple to follow along with. Okay, so I'll go over those at the end of our lesson. To start our lesson, I'm going to go over what is going to be in your homework for this week. And again, I've switched things up a little bit for some of my friends for reading. So for some of my grade 1 friends, you're going to be receiving some worksheets that look like this. There are 4 of them. And it says read and draw. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to read the little passage and then you're going to draw a picture of what you've read. So it helps with your comprehension, which is, do you understand what you're reading? So this is an example. For example, this one would say, I see my lunch on my plate. So you could draw a plate, right, for your lunch. It is pizza and chips. Yummy. So you would draw pizza and chips. I see a can of pop. It will be a good lunch. So you're going to draw what you read in the story. So you'll draw a picture of a plate with pizza and chips and pop. Not the healthiest lunch, but sounds delicious. Another sample would be, I can see a big dog. The dog is brown. The big dog is looking at a yellow cat. I can see the yellow cat run. It is fast. So you could draw a picture of, it says I, which means you would be in the picture. So you draw a picture of you, a big brown dog, and then maybe a yellow cat running away from the dog. Okay? This isn't an art project, so if your art's not perfect, that's okay. We just want to see if you understand what it is you're reading. Okay? And hopefully mommy and daddy or someone can help you. If you do have a hard time with your reading, you can always give me a call or you can send me an email and Mr. Herman can help you as well. Okay, friends? Okay, some of my grade 2 friends, you are going to continue with your poetry poems that I've been sending. So there are 4 of those and you would read them and you can maybe underline, find something, maybe underline all of the ing words, or you can count how many times they write the word I, or you can find all the pushy E words. Okay, you can make up your own rule. Usually Miss Herman will say, well, find all the pushy E words or find all the blend words, but you can make up your own rule for looking at these poems if you'd like. Okay, friends? So this poem, I'll read it to you. It's an example. It's called Playing. I love playing outside. I can swing and I can run fast. I can jump too. I make mud puddles and I make new friends too. It is fun playing in the spring. I can climb trees. I go all the way to the top. It will make me happy. I look at the people down below me. They cannot see me, but they are playing too. I love playing in the spring. Okay, guys, this is a good way for you to do your reading. Okay, for your writing, last week I had a lot of fun doing the frog research using Epic to research the frogs, to read the books about frogs, and then to write kind of little facts and information and stories about frogs. So I have added 2 new collections to Epic. One is on kangaroos and another one is on elephants. And they are going to be part of your writing. So you're going to have to read those in order to help you with your writing for this homework packet. And in your packets, I've included 2 pictures for you to color. There's a picture of an elephant and there's a picture of a kangaroo. And you can stick those on top of your writing activities like we've done previously, or you can just color them to go along with your little research projects, okay? So those are coming to you for you to color. And then you're going to get 2 sheets for each animal. So you're going to get a sheet that looks like this, and it says the elephant, so this one would be for elephants, and it says diet, so we learned that diet is what elephants eat. Body, you can draw a picture of this. What does it look like? Draw a picture of an elephant. Habitat. Remember, we learned that our habitat is the environment that we live in. So do elephants live in grocery stores? Do elephants live in maybe Africa and Asia? So you could draw the habitat. In the books, they have pictures of the habitats that elephants live in. So you're going to you're going to write the habitat. Maybe you could even write 1 or 2 sentences and draw a picture if you'd like, but try to do some writing on an elephant's habitat. And the last one are facts. I want you to pick 2 facts. Something you learned about elephants. They talk about elephants' memories being really good. They talk about their trunks. They talk about all really cool facts that you can learn about an elephant. So that would be your first one for your research project. And then your second one is writing about elephants. So you can use the information that you put in this one to write about this. So try to write 5 sentences. So your 5 sentences could be right here. Tell me about what the elephants eat. What does the elephant look like? What does the elephant habitat look like? And then tell me 2 facts about the elephant. And there's your 5 sentences right there. And remember, when you're doing your writing, you're practicing writing with capitals and periods to complete a full sentence. Okay, guys? So there's one for elephants. And then there's the same thing for kangaroos. Okay, so you're going to do both of those activities for your writing activity. And it's reading as well, because you're going to be reading about those animals. Okay, so that's reading and writing. The last one is math. So for math, we're moving on to, it's part of geometry. Remember, we did geometry for 2D and 3D shapes, but it's kind of a separate part. It's called positional words. So a positional word is where something is located. So if I said, where is Miss Herman? So Miss Herman is sitting on the ground. I'm sitting in front of the whiteboard. I'm sitting in my house. So all of those words, on, in front of, in, are all positional words. They tell you where something is located. So if you're trying to figure out what the positional word is, you would say where. Where is it? And then your answer would be the positional word, where it is. And the reason why we need positional words in math is because as we go along in grades 2, if we were with Miss Herman, we'd probably do some mapping at school in grade 2. It's a little bit hard right now because of online learning. But in grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, as you go up, you're going to be learning about mapping and mapping skills and how to read a map and how to describe where things are located on a map. And in order to describe where things are located, you need to know positional words. So that's why we learn them. So we could say the treasure chest is beside the tree, which is under the sun, and it is located in the sand. Okay? So you need to know those words to describe things for mapping skills. So this is going to be a really easy unit. You probably don't even need this lesson to figure this out, but we're going to do the lesson anyway, okay? So in your homework packets, you are getting a sheet that looks like this. It's not colored. It's the same as this one. Miss Herman has the colored one, so I'm going to use the colored one to show you, but you have them in your homework packet so that you can refer to them when you're doing your homework. And what it is it talks about all positional words. So it says words that tell words that tell where, not why, where. So words like above. I'm going to put this up here and then I'm going to show you. I know you can't see that very well. I'll try to move the camera up so you can see. It's still small. I'll read them to you. So the first one is the word above. So I'm going to use my box, little container, and I'm going to use my rubber ducky. So I'm going to show you what these words mean. So the one is above. So like this, you'd say the duck is above the box. Above the box. The next word is the word across. Across. So something that is across would be across from you, far away from you. If you're sitting at a table, for example, you would say it's across. So if I turn it this way, let's see if I can do this with just my 2 hands. We'll pretend this is our desk, and we'll say the duck is sitting here, and across from the duck at the table is the farmer. So the farmer is across from the duck. The next one is against. Against. When you usually lean something against. So if it's hard to do with this. Let's see. He's leaning against the box. So Miss Herman is leaning against this thing. Okay? Leaning, against. So against would be the positional word. The next one is behind. Behind. So the duck is behind the box. Behind. And then we have below. So the duck is below the box. Below is the opposite of above. This would be above. This is below. And then we have between. So in order to be between, let's see. We could do it like this. So the duck is between the blocks. Between. You're in the middle of something like a sandwich. Between. We have the word in. In. The duck is in the box. In the box. And we have off. You can turn a light switch off. The picture is a little boy and he's fallen off his bike. So we could say the duck falls off the box. Off. The next one is the word on. On. So I'd have to flip it over because this would be in. So the duck is on the box. And then the next word is the word out. So I don't know how I'd show you this with this, but you can walk out of the door. Out, to leave. Okay? So if you walk out of your house, you would be leaving. So out. Over. Over. So they have a picture of a little girl with a skipping rope, and they've kind of used it as something that she's doing. So the duck is jumping over the box. Over. Through. Can I use to show you through? Ducky's not going to fit through here. Let's see. The pen is going through the tube. Through, to go in, like through something. Okay, you go through a tunnel, through the tube, through. Toward. So to go towards something, it would be in the distance and you'd be walking. So we could say the farmer is walking towards the box. Toward. Okay? And the last one that they have is under. Under. So there's a difference between below and under. Usually if you're under something, you're sitting under it. This would be below. Below would be way below. So if the table was hovering in the air, then you were on the ground, it would be below. But if, say, this is a desk and you went under the desk and you're sitting on the floor, you would be directly under the object. Okay? Under. I'm just going to push this back. Okay. So that is your words that you could use to refer, and this is the exact same sheets that Miss Herman just went over. So it's got all the positional words. If anything, you can just read them so that you know some of the positional words to have in your vocabulary. Okay, guys? For our homework, you don't need to learn all of these. These are just for you to refer to. But you are going to learn some of these. You're only going to need 4 of them to complete your homework. So the words that we're going to look at are the words next to. Next to. So if you're next to something, you're beside something. So this is a little bit tricky about this homework because we also have the word beside. So I don't know what the big difference is between next to and beside. I've been kind of thinking about that. They seem like the same word. You can just use interchangeably, but they have them as separate. And the only thing I could see that's really different is when you're beside something, you're close to it. So the duck is beside the box. And maybe if we say when the duck is next to the box, it can be further away. So he's next to the box, he's beside the box. Okay, so beside just means closer, but next to, beside. So those are 2 of the words that you need to know for your homework. So next to and beside. The other 2 words are the words above, above. So we know what that one is. So if we have this, the duck is above the box, not on, above the box. So if he's floating up in the air. And the last one is the word between. So we saw that one with our duck and our blocks. If we have our two blocks, the duck is between the two blocks. So those four words, beside, above, between, and next to, are the positional words you need for your homework this week, okay? And what your homework is, you have this one where it says next to and between. So those are the two words that we're going to be looking at. So if you can't remember what they are, come back to this video and look at them so you can see next to and between, what the differences are, okay? So, and it says right here, circle the square that is next to the bear. So this one is next to the bear, this one is in front of the bear, and this one is under the bear. So this one would be next to. It's the one that's next to or beside him, okay? This one says circle the star that is between the two frogs. This one, the star is between the two frogs. This one, the star is above the frog. And this one, the star is in front of the frog. So we're looking for between. So the key words that you're looking for are the words in the sentence that are underlined. So next to, between, next to, between. Okay, guys? So you're just going to circle the one that is for that answer, or you can color it. You can do both if you want to as well. So that was for the first worksheet. The next one is using the words above and beside. So beside, next to, pretty much the same thing, okay? So this one says circle the rectangle that is above the bear. So this one is above the bear. This one is in front of the bear, and this one, the bear is on the rectangle. So we want the one that is above the bear. So this one. This one, circle the frog that is beside the star. So this frog is in front of the star. This frog, the star is above the frog, and this one, the star is beside the frog. So you're going to circle the one that is beside the star. And then this one says beside, above, beside, and above. Okay, friends? Your last two worksheets are cut and glue worksheets. So this first one, it's looking at the word above, and it shows you a picture. So again, for those other ones, if you don't know what the words are, it shows pictures of what they are here if you need help. So this one says above, so the circle is above the sheep. And for this one, it's beside the sheep. So you're going to look at the pictures down below, and you're going to cut them out and glue them on, whether they go above or they go beside. So this one, the rectangle is beside the frog, so you'd cut it out and glue it on here. For this one, the rectangle is above the cat, so you'd cut it out and glue it on above. This one, the circle is above the frog, so you'd put it on as above. And this one, the triangle is beside the dog, so you'd put it on for beside. Okay, guys? Pretty easy. And the last one is reviewing all four of them. So you have above, beside, next to, and between. So you're going to look at the pictures, and you're just going to glue them on where they go. Okay, so this one, let's see, the circle is beside the bear. Oh, remember for beside and next to, if it's a little bit further away, then it's next to, and if it's right close to it, then it's beside. So this one is a little bit further away. So I would say that one's next to. If you glue it on beside, that's okay. This one, the shape is above the bear. This one's a little bit further away as well. So I would say the star is beside the frog, above, between. This one's really close, so I would say beside. Maybe this one is next to. Beside. This one's close, so beside, between, above, next to, beside, between. Okay, guys? If this is confusing, just give me a call and Ms. Herman can help you. Okay, guys? I don't want to confuse you. It's really not that hard of a concept. And if it's too hard or too confusing, then that's okay. And that is our math for the work. Okay, that's all we have to do this week. To finish off, we are going to read our 4th chapter from Miss Junie B. Jones. So last time, remember, she had gone to the barber shop with her dad and she got in a little trouble. And then she went home and she wanted to practice. And her dad said, no way, Junie B. Jones. And then right at the end, she was fishing around in her drawer and she found scissors. So chapter 4 is called Snipping, Snipping, Snipping. Not good. I opened and closed my shiny scissors real fast. Now I can start my years and years of practice, I whispered, very thrilled. I skipped to my bed where my stuffed animals sit, 'cause I needed volunteers, of course. Who wants to go first? I asked my animals. Who wants to get their fur trimmed at my beauty shop? My bestest elephant, named Philip Johnny Bob, raised his foot. I do, he said. I hugged him very tight, 'cause that guy is always a good sport, that's why. I picked him up and put him in my beauty chair. I sat him on lots of pillows so he could be tall. Then I kept on looking and looking at his fur. Yeah, only here's the problem, I said. Your fur is sure made out of softy gray velvet, and softy gray velvet is very short and smoothy, and so I can't even trim you. Philip Johnny Bob did a big sad sigh. I patted his head and put him back on the bed. Just then I accidentally stepped on something. I looked on the floor, and guess what? It was my slippers that looked like bunnies. Us, trim us, they said real squealy. Hey, yeah, 'cause you have the beautifulest long white fur I ever did see. And so you guys will be perfect, probably. I quick picked them up and put them in my beauty chair. After that, I skipped all around them and I snipped their long white fur. I singed a lovely song. It is called Snippety, 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 their long white fur. It was the funnest fun I ever had. After I got done, I helped them up to the mirror so they could see themselves. They did not smile. We're baldies, they said real soft. I did a big breath at those guys. Yeah, only I already know you're all baldies, but that's not my fault, 'cause you kept on wiggling while I was trimming you, I said. I petted their heads. Very nice. Don't worry, I whispered. Silly. 'Cause bunny fur probably grows back. Probably. I'm almost positive. Sort of. Then I hugged them real gentle and I throwed them under my bed. 'Cause I didn't want Mommy or Daddy to see them, that's why. After that, I got in bed and did a sigh. This job was going to take more practice than I thought. And that's it for our chapter. And that's it for our lesson today too, guys. I hope you guys are doing awesome and that you're happy and healthy and that you're having fun at home with your family. I wish you a very happy weekend. Hopefully the weather is really nice. Saturday's supposed to be lovely, so let's hope we can all get outside for some fresh air. Okay guys, have a good weekend. See you for our guest teachers on Monday. Bye guys.